Hello everybody, this is the recap of today's Bund session. It's Friday, the last day of the week, and it's the 16th of August. This is Anton Hopfel for Manapa. And we have a look at my hypo from my big preparation before the cash open. And I said hypo 1, we have range long levels at the 98 levels. This was extended then to the 179.02 with the pre-market edge, and also the 178.80. Hypo 2, short, if increasing volume, selling volume of course, into the 178, 98 and holding below with targets 178, 80 and looking for targets of course before reaching low volume nodes and other technical marks, but this will be our second or third target then for more contracts trading. And hypo 3 I say no long trendish long setup today because we are within a distribution from yesterday. We are not at the top area, though we are at the below the yesterday above the yesterday value area high, but there's still some blurry profile above us. So home run only trade when you see that we see collecting of increasing buying volume above the 179.66. Okay, so that's what it was looking like with the chart here. You see my levels. You see then that the pre-market already made here with this ticking down to the 02 level and building a lower volume edge here. So this was then besides the 178.98. Then it was also the 179.02 level. You see this here. And of course the 80 to 83 and short below this area of 178. Alright, then have a look of how it was then played out. I was live again, so that means I guided through the trades today. We have hypo 1 and hypo 2 got played. Hypo 1 only worked out partly, then got rejected. So we had some double rejection first here. This is when I got into my trade, but then boom, got rejected. So I left the trade here with a little minus. Then I get in back again because I saw in Delta that they cannot rebuild selling pressure on the way down. You see this here when they sold. This is like a Delta divergence, or no, it's a convergence in price and Delta. That means both could not get lower and extend the low of the structure here. So I said now we're fishing a little bit for liquidity here again, and we have a chance to get in the trade again. So boom, this happens then, buyers coming in, rejected. I entered here around this level, and then I had my target number 1 with the at the moment PUC at the from the pre-market at the 13, and then there was also my edge at 16 and 20. I decided with one contract to stay in a position and wanted to see this area here, but unfortunately price, and I commented this live, we see of course this awaited technical reaction at the open range high, then trying to get in again, but you see they failed and boom. I said when we see this boom, selling rejection by sellers, then we try to get out quick as possible. So I got out of this trade, so no plus so far. One little bit lousy play trade because I entered after rejection and should have closed immediately and not letting it land into my stop, even though it was not a big loser, but lousy, rating lousy trade and a good trade, and I was able to reduce my minus with the second that just not worked out. So I said now we working for a next scenario. Stay in a clear mindset, acceptance of maybe some feeling of a loss. Anyway, I was good in control. I was commenting and told you here, we see at this moment very interesting. We pushing now to the downside, and now see this. Once we're reaching our level 179.02 to the 98 area, we see boom, increase of selling volumes. And the funny thing was, they did not even pull back. This is crazy. So that means we see ongoing sell pressure when extending the low. You see then this situation here, boom, at this moment we go into this candle now. You see this was the initiative selling number 1 and number 2. I added this at the initiative selling with the bulls sellers control level around here, and then I decided to get in here at this moment because we see the pullback was without any without any huge buying volume. So it stayed very, very comfortable into control of the bears. I entered, and unfortunately I did not move my target with this preset to +4. Now I changed the preset to +10, because if it's really going quick, boom, 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 what happens here then? You have no chance to move your target to your prepared area. But in the live stream I commented this and told you, please do not leave this trade, because we see ongoing selling pressure. We see with the pullback still staying in control, and then you may have entered like me at the 01. Let me prove where I have entered. I entered at 01. 9 o'clock 20 and 45 seconds at 179.01. So 9:01 here, 01 entered, and now I tell you we have our target. So we go now to the big picture. You see that there's a targets area. When we see this separation area of a low volume node, another low volume node, then at least we want to see prices going to the 90 area. First, for me, it was the minor POC here, the 93. This was my T1. And then at least 90 to 83. Because at 83, there is this bigger edge, the bigger first edge of this yesterday distribution where the long started from. And you see also here the absorption in price. And then buyers coming in again with increasing buying volume at this area with this at the volume edge. So that means most definitely the 93 as target 1, and then at least the area down here to the 83 starting at 90. So you stay in this trade, and I told you then what I would do then would be to protect and take some profits as we enter in the 93, which was obviously the case here at this moment at 9 o'clock 27 around. When they tested it already, boom, got through it, then you got your first position. And then I said, we're waiting now, at least for seeing now prices going into this low volume node or even the 83. So they provided already liquidity. At the 82, we pull in down to the 86, and I say, you can secure some of your profits, but let at least one position run. Go for your home run position to see maybe the 83 to the 80 area, to the yesterday value area high, to this minor POCs. You see it a little bit blurred from yesterday, so not so clear marks, but at least a good chance. So I say, we wait now. You see, they pulling a little bit back. Even provide liquidity, about 800 to 900 contracts in the ask. But buyers pay the ask. So there was a first sign of strength. And I say, don't hurry now. We're still staying with our last home run position as they took it out. And of course, it means some strength. You see this here, 800 contracts got traded through this level of liquidity provided. They paid the ask at 90. Take out 90, 91, 92, 93, 95, 95. And then we say, we wait now for the second leg. The second leg will show us if we get out of this position and secure our last home run position, because if now following happens, what I will describe now, then the possibility, the advantage for seeing this 83 level or lower is a disadvantage. We more have an advantage that we see the transition to the reversal back, at least to the volume edge, to the initiative selling, I call it bears defense level at the 179.01. I describe it now. We wait then for the second leg. It was about here to be created. And then I said, what we now want to see is now on the halfway or at the low, rejection by buyers. That means responsive buyers already at, again, on the way back or at the low. What happens? We see, okay, they want to try to build the second leg. We go in lower, 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 lower. You see delta, lower, lower, lower. That means more selling than buying, obviously. And then it stopped. And price then made one thing. Push to the upside, boom, with delta means responsive buying already here. And I said, wait. And as we took then out the shoulder here, the micro level here, with ongoing buying again, here at this moment at the 95, 96, I said, now you can secure, because we see now what we now want to see. Responsive buying, they grab in pieces, they don't want to go lower, already at halfway of the second leg, and number two, taking out the high, and what we see then, buying even continues. continuous, some little profits taken, continuous. I said we have now the higher advantage that we see the 90, 01, 02 area. Boom, we reached this. We even took out then this with high volume again. See, this is not responsive selling. This is not taken on at the selling, at the initiative selling level where everything started from the short. This is not what it looks like. I would think you will agree. See this? They buy into it, and now we have a higher probability. After this initiative buy-in, and after pulling back without huge red delta, that means without huge red selling, we can now think of option theory. What will be then where will be the edge now? The edge will be now for trading back to the open range high. That means re-entering with aggressive bulls, pulling back without rejection by the sellers, everything fine. What happens? Perfect. We re-enter and auction theory going back to the open range high. And then I said, now that's it for me today. The mark made its intraday swings, this 2-directional move, and that's it for me. And then what happened is they even take out the range high, which we didn't see, unfortunately, with the range long this morning because the sellers were in control then and coming back already here at the open range high, but they did it then at 10 o'clock. And then we say balanced market, liquidity out, and taken out, going back to the lower distribution, staying here, liquidity out, going back to the lowest distribution from the day where we see now building the POC, balanced market, now going back to this. And that's the way. It's balanced market, and you see difference to this price moves before, where you can have good risk rewards, where can you have your streaks of prices you need to make some profits. You can measure risk rewards, and you see in this part starting here, you see just balanced market phase, going to this value, going back to this value, building value again, and now going back and testing if around this form of POC, this price acceptance. This is the difference, and I think a wonderful day, pretty good to train again, pretty good to work on your mindset. And I'll say thanks for watching. See you then. Have a nice weekend on next Monday. This is Anton Hepfel for Manapa Trading.